There it is.
Surely, Biggie.
Biggie, 35 months, friend of the pod. Yeah, surely, bro. Yeah. We're gonna get super in depth. We're not. We're fucking not. But we are fucking live. Welcome, boys and girls. The moment fucking many of you have been waiting for actually months, right? Months. Episode 561.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Also, in fact, finally, we've gotten the integration. They've done it. Yes, integration. Which is...
Didn't ask.
Well, it just happened. So, we will talk about that today. So yeah, today's season 1 launched like half an hour ago. People are finally able to get into Warzone because they've done the integration finally. So all the BO7 shit is in Warzone. And Haven's Hollow is also in. Tanner and I were watching a little gameplay of that. And so we're going to talk all about that. We're going to talk about all of that, I should say. We're not going to talk all about it today. Obviously. Yeah, of course. Now, one thing I was saying in the pre-show, and I just want to start with this. Okay, we'll go into some details here and there right now. But before that, let me just plant a flag here for you guys. Okay. Many of you are going to begin to understand, starting today, why Tanner and I, for the last 8 months, maybe, have been saying this is the final year of Warzone and it's being sunset. Today is the day. If that has not already dawned on you, it should have trusted us. If it hasn't, though, today is the day that the reckoning for you personally begins. Because I think many of you were optimistic, have been optimistic, and said or thought, well, yeah, Warzone's pretty boring. I'm kind of bored of Verdansk. I'm kind of bored of all the same fuck-ass mechanics on this fuck-ass circus map. But the integration surely is going to change everything. Let's see. Today's the day the realization will begin to dawn upon you.
Really? Yeah.
Some new guns, some perk changes, I guess. A new resurgence map. Might be fun for a couple weeks. And no wall jumping and factory on Verdansk. And then what can we expect later on? A blackout experience. Okay. Hey, that's going to be the dawn of the reckoning number 2 of things we already told you when that comes out, by the way. If that's the next thing you're going to cope and hold on to hope for. Because it's going to fucking suck badly. And that is on mamas. I can promise you that. How will season 1 go? How will this integration go? I don't know. People are in the game. Seems to be working so far. I'm sure there are some bugs, but they'll iron them out. That isn't the issue, though. Yeah. That isn't the issue. The issue is how long will this capture your attention and other people's attention? And I will venture to say, not long. So you'll begin to understand today.
You have to understand the people you're speaking to have been playing COD consistently the last 6 months still. So that's just not true. It's going to be perfect for most of them. Yeah. Because they're all idiots. And you know that.
For those people, I think you're correct. This will be definitely sufficiently novel for a time. But I'm talking more about the people who have been taking a break since like season 4 of BO6. And we're just like, I'm just going to kind of hang out, wait till BO7, play some multiplayer, and then the integration is going to happen, and then it's going to be fun again. Won't. Those are the people I'm talking to. Because, yeah, you're right. If they've still been playing Warzone, then, of course, they'll like anything, I guess. So, anyway, with that out of the way, and by the way, flag planted. Come back to me and tell me I'm wrong in a month or 3. Come back. I'll wait. Clip it. So, anyway, moving on from that. we got season 1. So we have the patch notes here. We're going to, sort of go through them. We're not going to go into any great detail, obviously, but we'll touch on the highlights, the key points for your edification. BO7 season 1 patch notes. So they've once again bifurcated this into multiplayer / campaign zombies and then Warzone specifically. Starting with the more general one. Welcome to fucking season 1. We got some maps. We got Warzone in the roadmap, I guess, even though they're not going to talk about it here. End game updates and more. Blah, blah, fucking blah. Did not ask. Weekly challenges are coming back. That is cool. And then some new guns, which are Kogot 7 SMG. Okay. The Maddox, which I'm sure a lot of people are excited about. The ballistic knife, which I would be very upset about. And the NX Ravager, which launches high damage bolt projectiles, can be configured to fire explosive bolts. So I guess it's just a reskinned crossbow, basically. So really 2 new weapons. This looks like a kind of like an Uzi sort of, I guess, the SMG a little bit. And then the Maddox looks like the Maddox, I suppose. Crossbow and then ballistic knife, yeah. So new attachment, Akita Scorchlink Akimbo, which is Akimbo full auto shotguns. That might sound scary or insane. It will be awful. Might be okay in multiplayer, will be awful in Warzone, or because otherwise it'll be way too overpowered. It can only be but one of those two. So they'll make it awful if it isn't already. Some score streaks, which don't matter. Some new maps. This Utopia map looks pretty, and it actually looks like it could play okay. If I'm being honest with ya.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. That's a really cool map. That looks like a Treyarch map. It finally looks like they designed a map that suits their style. Like BO6 didn't seem that way. That's a Treyarch map, though. That's
yeah,
cool.
It feels like a Treyarch map. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
So is Fate. These are two very interesting maps.
Whoa,
wow. That's trippy.
This is very Treyarch. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the map in. Oh man, I want to say World War II.
No,
where everyone is a toy soldier in like a sandbox. Mm-hmm. It's got that like surrealism kind of vibe. Obviously, it's a fucking floating island. This is a map that works in a Treyarch game and only in a Treyarch game.
Yeah,
but yeah, it looks like it actually could also play fairly well. Although the mid's a little concerning. You know what this also reminds me of a lot?
The map from Cold War.
Fortune's Keep.
Fortune's Keep, Caldera. Yeah, it's got those vibes.
Yeah. The fissure, the building style.
The fissure. Doesn't
look like it would play that poorly. So anyway.
Yeah, that's cool.
Another one is Odysseus. And the screenshot they provided isn't good, but it looks like
kind of interesting too.
Maybe interesting, yeah. And then Standoff. Sensational fucking map.
Standoff. Look how the other 3 maps are like vibrant, interesting looking.
I know, true. Yeah, true. Standoff is
like
very
depression, terrible looking. It looks like a Hell Let Loose map. It looks like Karen Tan. That's what it is.
It looks vaguely Eastern
Smolensk.
Bloc. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. But it's a very well designed map. That's a great map. So,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yep.
Anyway, party games return. I do not care about that. A new zombies map. I don't care about that either. A new enemy in zombies. I don't care about that either. And then this is going to be the meta for at least the next week on Haven's Hollow and Verdansk, which is the new wonder weapon, the LGM-1.
Oh yeah, I know all about that.
So you might be thinking, wait, wonder weapons are for zombies. That's the intention, but there will be hackers killing you with this on Haven's Hollow. It's happened a lot recently, or in the past year anyway. So see how that goes. Can't wait. We will share those clips with you as they come out. But anyway, looks like an LMG with a UFO mag. I don't know. Whatever. And then a new survival map. Cool. Returning Perca-Cola Mule Kick. Yada, yada, yada. and a bunch of other shit that doesn't matter. Let's see. New endgame world events. This is kind of interesting because endgame is the only like new game mode in BO7, which is fine. So I guess it warrants a little closer attention. I'm seeing a big fucking robot Cyclops.
Yeah.
This gives me Ted Timmons Godzilla vibes a little bit. And this is an endgame. It's a world event where you'll need to face down threats and build up your operator's combat rating and bring new multi-stage world events into the mix to challenge players.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Looks kind of fun. Colossus of Avalon's what it's called. Toxic Tyrant is another one. So whatever. New endgame exotic skills. Cool. And weapons. And then new seasonal events. So there is going to be another zombies leaderboard. Okay. And then the Rally Point community event in week 2.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid. So yeah, the community event shit. I mean, the leaderboard, maybe one of you cares. I doubt it. And then the Rally Point thing, it doesn't matter. They say, oh, once we get 8 billion kills on zombies, then we'll give everyone the ballistic knife blueprint. And then they just have a ticker that is predetermined from before the patch goes live to tick up at a certain rate, so that we all get the ballistic knife exactly when they want us to. So just a fake number, just like their fake laundered fucking dev talk questions, Q&A, where they ask themselves questions and then answer it, such as, do you plan to change Rebirth Island in season 2 specifically? Who the fuck would ask that? Who would ask that?
Yeah.
They would ask, hey, are you changing Rebirth Island at all? Not in season 2 specifically, so obviously, but anyway. Ricochet anti-cheat is getting an update as well. I will say, I have not been following, obviously, BO7 very closely, but I do still have a Twitter account, and no one's playing Warzone, so no one would know in that case, but I've not heard anything about like a bunch of rage hackers in BO7 so far.
I haven't either, but yeah, it's multiplayer, so we'll see how Warzone looks 2 weeks into it.
There's no ranked yet.
Yeah, but there's also like we'll just see less about cheaters in Warzone because nobody plays Warzone because it's a dead game.
Right.
So
yeah.
That's the thing. So yeah, that's cool. There's an anti-cheat though in the game. Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. Anyway, supposedly there's an anti-cheat and they're improving it. Whatever. They're doing email verification rewards, I guess, to encourage two-factor. And by the way, said this before and I will say it again. If you have an account you care about at all, turn on two-factor authentication. Because it is pretty fucking easy to get hacked unless you have that. And then it's really hard. Because they would have to hack your email, which you can also have two-factor on, by the way, and whatever other account it is, simultaneously. It's just, like, not gonna happen, so anyway. Smart of them to do that. Some challenges. Bullet Pen. They're making changes to in Season 1. The goal is to increase pen overall while keeping damage reasonable, and they want to maintain a level of consistency and predictability when it comes to Bullet Pen. That's good. Because one thing Treyarch has...
You used to be able to pen more.
Well, one thing Treyarch has had a dubious track record of in the last 2 years has been Bullet Pen. Because we all maybe remember when BO6 launched, the Bullet Pen was way too fucking strong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was broken.
It was disgusting. So I guess they erred on the other end with BO7, and now they're scaling it up a little bit. That's a way better error to make. Not enough pen is way better than too much pen. So trying to find the sweet spot. I just
feel like in Warzone 1 there was the Bullet Pen was... It just felt better. Like you could pen more things, but most of the time it wasn't broken at all. Like it took a lot more bullets, and I don't know. I think that feels good personally. So
I agree. Yeah, now that you mention it, Treyarch just loves Bullet Pen because Caldera had insane pen too, and Combat Scout. So that was not the best combo.
Yeah.
So
it was Ted, but yeah.
Oh yeah,
Tim Tim.
that was Teddy Tim Tim. That's my bad. Anyway, yeah, so they're increasing that a little bit.
Oh shit, they're tuning weapons.
And then doing weapon tuning.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, here's another thing. We are gonna get 4 weapon meta updates per season. So I'll count this as one. Okay, I will count the launch of the season as one, and they still won't do it. They will start to fail at the fucking latest season 2. We got a couple comments, by the way, which were fucking hilarious, because they're true. Someone had said, like, bro, there's no way they're updating the weapons 4 times. They're gonna fucking launch season 1 and then go on vacation for 6 weeks. How are they gonna update the meta 4 times? Like, they're gonna fail out of the gate. True. Good point. Forgot about that. They're putting this shit out, hoping there are no bugs. They are out of the office by Friday. And then they won't be back until season 2 launches. But we're going to get weapon meta updates, I guess. We'll see. Fuck, will we see? So who knows? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. AR and then a bunch of weapon tuning, yeah, that we're not going to get into any detail on, obviously. Let's see. Multiplayer playlist and modes. This has been causing a bit of a stir, if I do say so myself. And let me once again, but it's like a fucking putt here. Let me plant another flag here, okay? Call me the guy who told you so.
Yeah.
Please call me the guy who told you so. That's the only way I'll be addressed now. Here's what they say about playlist and modes. And fuck, is it interesting. And surprising, it isn't. Season 1 introduces several new and returning playlists and game modes to fucking multiplayer, including the return of Yap Yap Yap. Based on all the new content coming to multi in Season 1, we're making some updates to our playlist structure and UI. Harumph! Let's see what the motherfuck they mean by that. The first playlist tab will now be featured playlists, where we'll highlight various styles of experiences, such as the Season 1 Mosh Pit, featuring our Season 1 maps, Utopia, Fate, Standoff, Odysseus. This is also where you can find standard Mosh Pit, where skill is an important consideration. I mean, who's fucking surprised, guys? Who and who told you so? And who told you so? Of course, they're already doing it. They're already doing it. Yeah, so okay. Season 1 Mosh Pit, which is where you'd play the new maps, and I guess standard Mosh Pit, there's going to be SBMM in, is what that means. That'll become clear as we continue reading here. That's insane, in my opinion.
I think
let me keep reading, because maybe it is
has SBMM. I think it's just the standard Mosh Pit.
That okay. Okay, maybe. Yeah, let me keep reading. We've continued to see increased engagement with standard Mosh Pit. So we'll be featuring it in the featured tab for players who prefer an experience with more similarly skilled opponents. With the main tab changing to featured, the other tab will now become party games, which will include prop hunt and all the other bullshit. In addition to standard Mosh Pit, all multiplayer playlists feature open matchmaking, where skill is minimally considered for a more varied experience. Wait, what? In addition to standard Mosh Pit? Okay. So I guess you're right. It is just standard Mosh Pit that has the SBMM.
Just look at this. Go to the notes, go to the top link and news and upcoming changes from Ghost of Hope. There's a screenshot of how it looks right now.
Okay. Yeah. Because that's just not.
And guess what's
well
at the
written.
top? Guess what's the first mod? Guess what the first mode is that you click on? The one with strict skill-based matchmaking. It's right at the top. So your cursor defaults to that one.
Classic.
Yeah. So this to me just shows kind of what I said. Player counts are down, and SBMM does help them retain players, no matter what we all think and want. It helps retain the really bad players that we all forget exist because they're just so bad and casual. We've never encountered them or know of them, but there are obviously tons of those people, and they're probably just getting farmed. So, I mean, if you're think about this for a second, you're a complete retard, right? Think about that.
Okay.
You right now.
I'll try.
That's you.
Okay.
If you open up Black Ops 7, because again, you bought Black Ops 7, because don't forget, you're a complete retard.
Right.
What do you think would be the mode you would play your first time? Should you click standard mosh pit, or should you do like one of the other modes? What are you going to click? Standard mosh pit. And that's what the strict SBMM mode is called, standard mosh pit. Why are we calling it standard when like there are 40 modes in the game and like one of them has SBMM? Why is the one that's called standard?
True.
It's a scummy way of wording it, and they do it on purpose, and it tricks people. Really bad, dumb players. So yeah. There's obviously a reason they're doing this, and it's because of player counts and player retention. So
yeah, 100%. And as you said, who is going to be clicking standard mosh pit? The first option, every casual.
Every single casual.
And if that's the case, what is the point of not having SBMM in all of the other game modes if there will be virtually no more casuals left to queue for those because they're all in fucking standard mosh pit?
Yeah.
Pointless.
Yep.
So this is the beginning, as we told you was going to happen, on day one, before day one, day -10 probably. This is the beginning of the rollback for all of the reasons Tanner just mentioned. Yeah. Low player retention, not the best sales they've ever had, not the best analytics they've ever had. They decided to nerf aim assist and put no SBMM at the same time, which on reflection was probably not the wisest thing they could have done. Like, it's just so obvious to me that this is going to happen, and will continue to happen, by the way. That's another thing. So like, they've gotten your money now. They've sold the boxes, so they still need to have some pretense because Christmas is coming up. So for December, for season 1, okay, not going to backpedal this really anymore. Come January 1st, it is going to be fucking open season on your bitch ass in terms of SBMM, aim assist, persistent lobbies, etc. They are going to roll all of that. They're going to begin backpedaling all of that shit so quickly your head will spin. Because I would venture to guess, based on Call of Duty's release cycle, where they release in like late October, early November, by the time it is January 1st, they have sold 80 to 90% of all of the boxes they're going to sell for that year. I would venture to guess. So once they're out of that window, which will be before season 2, by the way, then they will be way more heavily incentivized to change their mode of operation from trying to sell boxes to trying to retain players to sell microtransactions. And what's going to do that? Strict SBMM everywhere, or as much as they can get away with and take the PR hit for. And probably more aim assist buffs. Especially now that we have the Warzone integration. Guess where an aim assist nerf is way worse? Warzone. Because Warzone, players have more health because there are plates. So if you have more health, I need to land more shots before you die, meaning there is way more opportunity for me to miss shots and get skill gapped. So like if you're getting outshot in multiplayer, controller v controller, boy, fucking wait till you get on Warzone, because then if someone's a better shot than you, man, they could not know where you are for like 500 milliseconds and you're still going to get spit on. And that is not going to be good for player retention either, because Warzone probably doesn't have the best fucking player counts right now anyway. And it certainly won't come season 2, come the, you know, a precipice of season 2. So all of this shit is going to be rolled back swiftly, and we're already seeing it start, of course. Like I said at the beginning, even on launch, they said, oh, there's going to be open SBMM except one playlist. That already defeats the purpose, but now it's even worse because it's called standard mosh pit, and it's the default option where your mouse is going to be first, or your whatever button will be first. So, yeah. Terrible news, but we already knew that.
Yeah. Plus, the game has been sunsetted, so it really doesn't matter much.
Yeah, and exactly. The game is being Warzone anyway is being sunsetted. So anyway, so
Warzone
classic. So there's a season 1 mosh pit and hardcore season 1 mosh pit. So yeah, I guess that's what it is. Is it's just a standard mosh pit has the strict SBMM.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then some new. Okay, nothing here.
A lot of fixes and changes for zombies. My God, zombies
got a lot of
disaster or what?
Yeah, I wonder if it's getting a lot of attention because they like it or because it was so fucking broken. I don't know.
Why do I feel like I haven't heard anything about zombies? I kind of forgot it existed until I just read this. Is it just not popular this year? Is it bad?
Great question.
Is it just because we're out of the loop? Because I haven't been hearing anything about it.
Yeah, great question.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know, but
cool.
Whatever. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, let's see. Anything else interesting here? Not really.
No,
so that's kind of it for. Yeah, obviously not. Right. That's kind of it for everything else. But now into Warzone specifically. Again, not going to go too in depth here. And a lot of this is going to have overlap. So the main thing, of course, is Haven's Hollow. Well, excuse me. The main thing, of course, is the fucking integration. So we got the integration. Yeah. So, the UI looks different. I would imagine some perks are different or whatever. We'll find out now.
The hit reg is the same or worse.
Probably. And we got Haven's Hollow. I would say that, besides the integration itself, is the biggest update. Tanner and I were watching a little bit of gameplay of it before the pod. And it looks okay. I mean, we only watched for like 10 minutes, but it looked okay. It looked pretty good. Visibility seemed pretty good. Couldn't really gauge the audio. And then the layout also seemed fairly good. Now, obviously, fucking way too early to tell. But it's at first blush, it hasn't failed. In the same way that like Area 99 was like, really not sure about this. Like right away, you're like, this shit's kind of ass, isn't it? Hopefully it's not, but it feels like it's kind of ass. I'm not getting that impression from Haven's Hollow. So that's good. However, and another thing too, the aim assist is very nerfed in Warzone also. This guy we were watching.
We saw one gunfight, but yeah.
We saw two. No, we saw two. A guy came up the stairs. Aim assist didn't really do shit for him because he was just holding the angle, not moving. And then he walked out of a door and some guy just spit on him, just camered him badly in a way that wouldn't have been possible in like MW 19. It would have just stuck on the guy. He wouldn't have gotten camered at all, but he got spit on badly. So based on just those two, I mean, unless he plays with aim assist off, which he doesn't, the aim assist is considerably nerfed. So that could be a good thing or a bad thing for you. But I would say it's a good thing on balance. So that's cool. But anyway, yeah, Haven's Hollow looks pretty cool. I don't know. What'd you think, man?
Yeah, it looked cool. I don't know. I mean, we watched it for 3 minutes, but it looked pretty cool. And the guy playing it did say is giving him Vandal vibes because the inside of the building, kind of like the layout of them and the way the staircases were set up, I understood exactly what he meant by Vandal vibes. So That aspect I like. Yeah, that's cool.
You're
yeah,
a big Vondel fan, huh? Yeah.
I'm a big Vondel guy.
Big Vondel guy.
You know what I always say? If they never took Vondel out, man, I'd be playing Warzone 40 hours a week.
Yeah, you did say that.
I lied to everybody now. Yeah.
Anyway. Liar.
That's
anyway.
a Haven's Hollow.
That's a Haven's
Hollow.
Hollow.
Verdansk, too.
Yeah.
Verdansk is in the
So,
game.
we'll talk maybe a little more about Haven's Hollow. We'll mostly talk about what other people start saying about it on social media, because this is all very early stuff. Obviously. And then Verdansk, the signal station is in. New POI. So yeah, we shit on this badly the first time we talked about it, because we misunderstood what was going on. It does look like a decent POI. So I will give credit there. We've said this once we were corrected, but just to reiterate that point, this actually looks like a pretty solid POI. I think the gimmick of the stupid fucking heat map is really dumb, but it does look like a pretty substantial and pretty well-placed POI. So that's cool. But it's on Verdansk. That's the really fucking terrible part, obviously. And then Fuctory, which is a great POI, but I've already seen that. So whatever. And then now we're getting into this weekend-only LTMs. Each weekend, a different LTM will be featured, giving players new ways to play Warzone. The currently planned ones are as follows. Week 1, weekend 1. Buyback BR. It has been years. People have been clamoring for buybacks since Caldera, which was like the last time we had them.
No. We had buybacks we for sure had them in Urzikstan.
Yeah.
Did we have them last year in BO6 at all?
I don't know. I don't think we did have them in Urzikstan. I think we had them on Maz.
No, we had them in Urzikstan. Yeah, we did.
When?
Stupid fuck.
When?
I don't know. We had them
Cap. This is Cap.
No, we had them. Idiot. Stupid idiot.
Someone fact check that. Doesn't matter. Either way, it's been quite a while and they're back for weekend 1. Weekend 2, Amped BR. An experimental mode that increases base health to support longer, higher intensity engagements. And again, this is super giga where you'll notice an aim assist nerf, because it's even more health than regular Warzone. So I hate this idea of an LTM, by the way, but whatever. Weeks 3 and 4, get this, guys. This is outrageous. You guys are not going to believe it. Guess what week 3 and 4 is?
Oh, no.
I actually cannot believe they can't just schedule these things, because here's what week 3 and 4 weekend LTMs are. Week 3 and 4, this soon, no LTM will be available due to the holiday break.
So out of the first 5 possible weekends, 3 of them have LTMs.
So we get a weekend LTM 60% of the time. Don't call it a weekend LTM then. Say we're going to do these LTMs at these times.
Prime gaming time too. Christmas break, all the kids are home.
Yes, true.
The dads are home because their kids are off school, and there's no LTM. It's so funny, man. Yeah.
It's completely
fairly
insane.
base though, because they know they're so bad at their job that whatever LTM they put out is gonna be riddled with bugs, game-breaking bugs. So they know better. They're like, we're not good game developers, so we can't put an LTM out because we don't want to have to fix it.
That's a fair take.
Yeah,
that's a fair take. But what they should have done: week 1 buybacks, week 2 amped, week 3 buybacks, week 4 amped. Because by then you would think they would have ironed out the bugs that they saw in weeks 1 and 2, and then you'd at least have something. But it's just so outrageous that they're doing this, but that's fine.
By the way, we had buybacks on Urzikstan in Season 4 Reloaded. That's when it was. So we probably weren't playing a ton at that point of Urzikstan, so MW3 Warzone. Season 4 Reloaded. So it was like the summer of last year.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Okay. So it's been a while.
And it was probably for 1 week, so yeah.
Yeah. And then week 5, ultra fast resurgence.
Okay.
Details to be announced at a later date. Why? Why not? Why?
It's probably just, what do we think, resurgence with Constant
little
circle?
power-ups,
Constant
probably.
shrinking circle? Oh, that's not what I'm thinking, but yeah, that could be it too.
Oh, no, it could be what you're saying too. You know, another thing it could be like amped multiplayer, but resurgence. So you get a kill and you get like a speed boost or whatever. Could be that too, maybe.
By the way, in week 2, they're calling amped BR. Yeah. Experimental mode that increases base health to support longer, higher intensity engagements. That's just Iron Trials. And they're just calling it something else.
Yeah, it kind of seems like it.
Kind of.
Iron Trials had like some other things, I think, like different ground loot or whatever, but yeah, basically. So, I don't know, bro. Whatever. Okay. Open matchmaking. With the launch of Season 1, open matchmaking, where skill is minimally considered, will be introduced to Warzone. This change will apply to all non-casual modes available on the Warzone playlist.
Good.
Okay.
That's the way that should work. Casual
That's the way
modes,
that should work.
if they're going to have them, which they shouldn't, obviously. If they're going to have them, then all the other matches should just be open matchmaking. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, correct. I agree.
Yep.
Yeah. Credit where it's due.
They'll change it by Season 2.
Also correct. But yeah, credit where it's due. This is how you handle this. Yeah. Just open it up. You have a casual playlist. Put SBMM on there, I guess, for the 4 players in a lobby against bots. But then have open matchmaking for everything else. It's really good. It's really good. Because then also we'll have ranked. So that's where, skill is going to be considered. They should have done this for multiplayer, but this is very, very good for Warzone. If anything, this might be bigger than the integration, honestly. If you're a good player, because you can finally, not have to constantly be fucking sweating and dying to hackers or whatever. So, good. Then they show the schedule, whatever. Let's see. Aim assist. Tune strength down. Tune strength at short and long ranges and refined full activation requirements to better balance engagements between controller and K-BAM. So yeah, let's see. BO7 launched with a new right stick aiming requirement for achieving maximum rotational aim assist strength. When the right stick is not used or isn't tracking effectively, players now experience a minimum rotational aim assist strength. And again, based on what we saw before the pod and what we've seen a lot more of in BO7 multiplayer, which is where this aim assist change is coming from, minimum rotational aim assist strength is little. It's pretty minimal. So this is not bloviating, which they normally do. This is actually fairly accurate and representative. The goal for this new mechanic and other aim assist range changes is to provide the most competitive experience for all players and inputs. Warzone has inherited these changes with the launch of Season 1. Curiously, they're just saying it works exactly the same as BO7 multiplayer. There's no like Warzone specific, because the gunfights in Warzone are very often at way longer ranges you're going to get in multiplayer. So I'm a little surprised there haven't been any like unique adjustments to aim assist to account for that. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's just kind of a little surprising to me. But
well, they did say, aim assist was buffed at long range. So that's just going to be even better in Warzone now in that aspect. Plus, yeah, it's not like aim assist has never been any different, period, from Warzone to multiplayer. So it makes sense they're exactly the same. And I'm sure they thought about that before they made the balance. Did you see, there was a clip of Swag like genuinely mad about this because he was mad that they're catering to K-BAM players. That's what he said.
Really?
He's like, yeah. And it wasn't a troll video. No. Yeah, but it was not, you could tell it was not a troll video because he even said, he's like, I'm glad they're nerfing aim assist. He's like, but why the fuck are they saying they're doing it to try to balance K-BAM? He's like, who fucking cares about K-BAM players?
Oh, no.
And he's like, less than 1% of the player base is K-BAM players. Why are they trying to balance it because of them?
That take bothers me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, he's an idiot. But yeah, that's fine.
Hey, I love Swag, but hey, man. Why do you think less than 1% of the player base are K-BAM players, buddy?
Yeah.
Duh. Put it together. I know so many people that have switched, not so many, but I know a fair amount that has
We
switched
do
from
actually know
K-Bam.
so many, honestly. There are a
Yeah,
lot of them.
from K-Bam to controller because of how fucking strong aim assist was. So of course there are few K-Bam players. They couldn't compete. Yeah, that's an insane take, but we still like Shroud or Swag here. For movement, our goal this chapter is to make traversal feel smoother, more responsive, and more natural. Tack sprint is gone. You can only get it with the sprinter perk and increased base sprint speeds. Okay, so we already knew that was coming, but the combat roll is now in through the Mountaineer perk. So you can fall from higher and then roll, like Battlefield actually, and then avoid damage or a loss of momentum. And then experimental mechanics.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay. Hold on. They might be cooking here. I may have spoken too soon. I didn't. We've enabled both wall jump and the grapple hook in all LTMs, all 3 out of 5, throughout season 1. Yeah. So when everyone's on Christmas break and they really want to try those things, they can't because there are no LTMs for those 2 weekends. But hey, for the rest of you, for the rest of the weeks, the other 3 weeks, you'll be able to try wall jump and grapple hook in Warzone. This will be very interesting. Wall jump, I think most people playing or who will be playing Warzone are going to be fairly comfortable with and used to by then. I guess by this weekend. But the grapple hook, not so. So that is really cool. And I guess the way the grapple hook works, or will likely be how it works in Warzone, is the same way it does in Skirmish, which is you can't like pick it it's not in your loadout. You have to find it like a field upgrade in the same way you'd have to find a portable buy station on Warzone. You just kind of run around and loot shit and then you might find one. What I don't know, and maybe someone in chat can tell me now, is once I find a grapple hook and it's a field upgrade, when I press the button, does it go away or does it go like on cooldown? Because to me, that is the really important question with it. Because if it's one-time use, that's kind of cool, I guess. But there are so many repels and zips now that it's just not that impactful if I can use one time. Like, okay, I guess. But if it goes on cooldown and I can use it unlimitedly, like once every 30 seconds or minute or whatever, that's pretty transformative, actually, to the core game, provided you find them in their common. That's another thing. So I'm very curious to see how that will go. I'm also curious to see how wall jumping will go, but that's just going to be a little less novel. Though I think it's very cool that both of these are coming, at least for now, in the LTMs. Obviously, what this means is they're going to test the response to this through data and through social media, I'm sure. Maybe some surveys on, okay, do you guys like this shit? And if they do, if people do, they will make them standard in standard Warzone.
Standard.
So, you know what? That's big. That's really big. Honestly. So that's really cool. Hopefully the reception is positive on that. But also, at the same time, it's kind of a shame because the earliest you can expect to see wall jump and grapple hook in standard modes would be season 2. So you're going to get wall jump, maybe. You're going to get grapple hook, maybe. And you're also going to get strict SBMM for sure. And snow on rebirth. Okay. Yeah. Cool, man. And then you'll get a blackout experience on Avalon. So.
Nice.
And yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. But you know what? This is cool because this is kind of like what Treyarch did with Caldera. Or Treyarch didn't. Whatever. Ted did. Where they had the Battle Royale mode and then the Vanguard Royale mode where they had a bunch of bullshit in it.
Yeah. So
they had fucking planes and they had trains and automobiles, whatever. And then eventually they like did away with that playlist because they tried a bunch of shit there and they kept what people liked and removed what people didn't. One of the things they kept was the increased health total, for example. One of the things they didn't were fucking bomber planes, for example. Yep. So this is kind of the same idea here, I think. They're not explicitly saying it, but it's really obvious. So hopefully the feedback on that is good. Because I think wall jumping especially, because you can do it all the time, would be very, very welcome in Warzone. So... wildcards have also been removed entirely, and overkill is default again. Great. Based. I think we already knew that, but anyway.
We knew a lot of this, yeah.
Yeah.
5 attachment cap.
Yep. And then a number of lethals and tacticals are no longer available to select in a loadout. And then some other changes. Stim can now be activated immediately after being hit by a flash or stun to fully clear the effects. Pretty nice, I guess. Not super relevant, but there you go. Smokes can now extinguish lingering flames created by mollies and napalm strikes. Okay. Or napalm kill strikes.
Never matter.
Never will matter, not once. In the same way throwing a molly on water creating smoke will never matter, this will also never matter, obviously.
Yeah.
And then they go through what equipment's available. I don't really care. Yeah. Oh, but there's going to be prox mines and claymores, by the way. And point turret. So that's 3 camper lethals. So that's great.
Yeah.
And then some tacticals. Psych grenade, which is the gas grenade. Cool, man. Heartbeat sensor. Interesting. And shock charges. No one hates the developers of Call of Duty Warzone sufficiently. Did you guys know that?
I did.
Did you guys know that? Because what this means is, at the top of a rappel, you will be treated to 1 shock charge and 2 claymores, and you will automatically and instantly die. And one singular guy can do that to you, by the way. Doesn't take a team effort. One guy can rappel up a roof and then get a guaranteed kill, unless you're like super aware, I guess. But, you know, or just put it in a stairwell. It's, yeah, just incredibly toxic and cringe. But yeah, anyway, whatever. Don't care, won't play. There are some field upgrades too. Let's see if any of them are interesting. They're not.
No.
And on Resurgence only, there are portable balloons.
Yay.
So that's interesting. Bunker Buster. Woo! That's going to be in the game. Woo! Napalm Strike, they say, is returning, which is curious because it was never here, actually. Literally never. They intended to add it with BO6. They never did. So, okay. Yeah. And then lootable perks, blah, blah, blah. And then a bunch of perk changes we're not going to go over. So that's interesting. Cool. And then some seasonal loot. And then buy station adjustments. So buybacks will be 4K. UAV is 6K. This all seems about right. Huh.
Well, I'm reading this new yellow perk adaptive. Because it sounds
adapt to this. He shows you a changing meta.
Improves explosive defense, movement, and handling. With plates not full, you gain a 10% movement speed boost. What? With full plates, gain improved ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. Gain an audible warning when near trap equipment. Traps triggered by the player. Delayed. Gain the ability to reset fuses when throwing. This is kind of crazy. Not that it matters because like you're always going to want to have your plates full, but 10% movement speed boost when you don't have full plates is kind of busted.
That is insane because think about this. If I'm getting held, even if I have full plates, the moment I get shot one single time, I'm all of a sudden running 10% faster. Yeah, so do you guys remember thinking what was it? Serpentine was strong?
Yeah, Serpentine.
Do you guys remember thinking that was strong? Imagine if it was permanent, the millisecond you were shot one time.
Yeah, I don't believe
you're right. That does
10%,
sound busted
because the busted stim shot speed boost I thought was only like 7 to 8%.
Yeah.
So 10% is actually insane. New perk designed to dynamically respond to combat situations. When your armor plates are full, it supports aggressive pushes because of, the improved ADS and sprint to fire. And when plates are depleted, it grants a constant movement advantage to aid in repositioning. Wow.
This sounds like
What
an
if that's gonna be
insane
meta?
perk, bro.
Yeah, it sounds like it will be, but I didn't look at any of the other perks yet. Well, it's in a category with Ghost, Survivor,
Survivor's really good
Tracker, and Tempered. So those are all good perks, actually.
You know what? Perk slot 2. Someone get in game fucking now and go to perk slot 2 and equip Quick Fix, which is supposed to improve armor, insert plates one-handed, and immediately begin health regen when eliminating opponents or inserting plates. Get in there fucking now and tell me if this shit works. Because if it doesn't, I will laugh really hard and wouldn't be surprised. So, very curious on that. Very curious on that. Anyway. Okay. So moving on from that. Seasonal loot, 5 stations. That perk does sound insane though. Sounds cool. Yeah. But it's in a strong category, which
it's
is
a
how
cool
it should
idea.
be.
It's a very interesting idea for a perk. So shout out to them for thinking of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Updated buy stations across Verdansk, and then buyback speed. Further improvements made to how quickly eliminated teammates become available for buyback after losing Gulag. That's cool. Having to wait there for a while was annoying. I don't know if this is in the notes, but also actually picking up, like hitting your loadout takes like no time at all now. So like as soon as you press the button, basically you got it. You don't have to like hold it or whatever. So that's good. Some contract changes. They removed the search and destroy contract because it was not picked up often.
Damn.
Some public events. Cool. Including the recon flyover. So, okay. And then weapons changes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Don't really care. Let's see here.
I think that's probably it.
Vehicles. Oh, the Polaris Razor Pro 4R UTV is back. Nice. Along with the Polaris Sportsman XP 1000 ATV. Okay. Cool, man. Some challenges, some UI changes. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. So. Look, I'll say this. On paper, it actually looks pretty good. A little more substantial than I was expecting. Namely, the perk changes. Like, that new yellow perk really changes things. Especially for Haven's Hollow, or Resurgence generally. You either move faster or ADS faster. Like, that's pretty fucking good, dude, actually. So that's cool. It makes Specialist nuts, by the way. Because you'd have everything, including that. Yeah. Them putting grapple hook and wall jump in the LTMs is also interesting. And good, I would say. Because that likely means it will actually be coming to everything in Season 2. So that would be much needed as well. But again, we'll see. And I don't know exactly how the grapple hook works. So anyway.
Yeah, I don't either.
Moving on from that. Just a couple of other little things here. Let's see. Yeah, we already went over this.
Yeah.
Keshov tweeted, so this is the Charlie Intel owner guy, or Dexerto, I don't know. This, I believe BO7 is the first COD since Vanguard where Activision has so far refused to just say anything on the game's performance, meaning sales performance, I assume,
sales,
and
hours
playtime and
player
stuff.
counts, all of that.
Right. Yeah.
So we've talked about that it was probably 2 weeks ago now, or maybe it was last week at some point. We had said if we're going to hear info on the launch of the game, it should have already been here, and we're a week past that now, and it still isn't here. So obviously there must not be anything too great to report. And keep in mind, it's still the most popular game in the world. Like he did point out too in another tweet that they also said Vanguard did not perform well and it sold over 30 million copies. So you know, when you see it number one on everything, it's still number one because it's Call of Duty. But, you know, player counts are obviously substantially down, sales down. So, playtime, all of it.
Yeah.
And they're not talking about it.
Right. Yeah. Which we've been talking about, but now, you know, Keshov is confirming that. And he would know, obviously. So yeah. Anyone could go fact check this. They haven't put out the numbers. They usually do. So yeah. So that's pretty much it. One more thing I will say, Metaphor's been talking about this. We saw him talking about it today with JGod on Twitch. But I had heard him talking about this like a couple days ago as well. I was watching him play Tarkov, actually. And because people keep coming into Metaphor's chat because something he's been doing for years up until recently has been every single day putting out a new YouTube video of him playing COD. So like a couple really good Warzone games or whatever. And he stopped doing that recently, his daily uploads, and he keeps getting asked about it. And he was talking about it today with JGod, and he was like, yeah, so guys, the reason I'm not doing this is because it no longer earns me money. It actually loses me money to make long form videos now. Because I have to pay people to make thumbnails, I have to pay people to edit it or whatever. And it's time away, like getting all that done takes time away from him just streaming where he could be making money. So he is no longer making long form videos. And I mean, for the first time since at least 2019, maybe even sooner or earlier than that, or 2020, maybe even earlier than that. Metaphor is pretty big. And Tanner and I, before this episode started, we're talking with each other about it, and you guys, wondering, is this because COD is getting like less popular on YouTube, so people aren't watching the video more for that reason? Or is it just long form in general is getting less popular? And I don't know the answer. I asked Metaphor what he thought, and he didn't answer me. He read my question and then didn't answer me. So thanks, man. Yeah, that's pretty surprising. I lean toward probably a combination, obviously, but I lean more heavily toward Call of Duty specifically. Like if I looked at YouTube videos of like, I don't know, like let's say I went to, I don't know, Tim the Tatman's YouTube, and I looked at his, you know, Warzone video and then an Arc Raiders video. I wonder which one, and they're both long form videos, I wonder which one would have more views by a fuck ton.
Yeah.
You guys can probably guess. So I think it's a combination of both. But this kind of just harkens back to what Tanner and I have been talking about a little more on Patreon probably. Call of Duty is just not doing too great, especially considering a new game just came out and now the Warzone integration. So maybe that's going to give it some kind of bump. I think it will. But we'll see how long that lasts too, because there's a couple things to be excited about. There are a couple things to be excited about, but not a ton. So, you know, I don't know.
I think it might just be long form. Yeah, I mean,
it could be.
Tim's last few videos, the best BR in 2025, which is a RedSec video, 4 days ago, 70,000 views. Arc Raiders funniest moments posted 5 days ago has 50,000 views. And spectating Battlefield BR 6 days ago, 90,000 views. And then another Arc video a week ago, 78,000 views. And this is a channel with 5.6 million subs. Those are not good view counts.
That is terrible numbers then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be right.
So I think it's long form, honestly.
Yeah, that's possible.
In general, gaming long form.
I think gaming content like, I don't think long form videos in general are going anywhere. Like, YouTube still makes a ton of money, and there are a ton of long videos that get a fuckload of views, obviously. But the cohort of people who might watch specifically long form video game videos, I can see that dwindling and be like unrelated to COD now that I'm thinking about it more. because you can watch, like, for example, Desmond from Tarkov or Wick or whatever. I will watch a TikTok of theirs if I come upon it. I will not click on a YouTube video of theirs if I come upon it. Because I know that I just want to see him getting fucking mixy. So Wick point fires 2 4-mans in 40 seconds. Yeah, I'll watch all of that. Or am I going to click on a video like an asshole where I have to watch him fucking putting his golden star on and like running around and packing mags and shit? No, I just want to see the action. Yeah. Because it's a video game video. Whereas, like, you know, other long form videos like the founding of Constantinople or something, I won't watch it. I might watch a TikTok on that, but I'm definitely going to watch a long form video on that because it's a different style of content with usually a different audience. So I could see this just being a consequence of a dwindling attention span through the popularity of TikTok and Instagram Reels and shit. But I think also it's probably Call of Duty's, you know, tough time right now. But I think you're probably right, actually. I think it's mostly just longer form gaming videos just aren't going to do that well. And if you really like longer form gaming videos, you probably just watch streams. You probably don't
exactly. You're watching streams or you're scrolling TikTok at night. Like that's
right. Yeah. So anyway. All right, and then last thing, super random. Did you guys know the price of RAM is insane right now for some reason?
I've been hearing that. Yeah, the DDR5, right?
I don't know. I don't really know. I've just seen some headlines. One? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty weird. So if you guys needed new RAM, maybe wait a little bit. I don't know why.
Is it 5 or there's not DDR6, right? No.
There's GDDR6, but I think that's only in GPUs. I think just regular RAM DDR, I think the highest is 5.
It's not as expensive as I thought then. I was hearing like it was really, I mean, for like 32 gigs, it's like G-Skill RAM on Amazon right now is like $340. That's what
that's
I thought
a ton.
It was.
That's a ton. Yeah, that's way more.
I thought it's been this expensive. Well, yeah, all this shit's a lot more expensive. But for DDR5, I thought, I don't know. The way people were talking, I thought
mine
it was like
$120, I think, for like 32 gigs or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't. Believe me, it was not that cheap. Yeah.
I could check. I won't now, but I could.
Yeah. I wonder if I can check on mine. When was the last time I bought? Let's see. It looks like I didn't buy it from Amazon, so I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. So anyway, hopefully you guys didn't need RAM. Just thought I'd bring that up.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. View order details. Back in 2020, I bought 32 gigs. And it was $200 for DDR4 32 gigs. So I don't know. 340 doesn't actually seem that crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe it's certain brands or something, or maybe these ones on Amazon are shit timings.
Well, I think between 2020 and now, up until very recently, RAM got way cheaper, and now it's just like, I guess, spiking again. Oh,
yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
I think that's what it is. So if you compared it to like 2024, I think it would be more stark.
Yeah, here are some other G-Skill ones on Newegg. $700, $689. A lot of them over 400 here on Newegg.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep, $629, $649, $799.
That's like
that's for you 64. Could get. That's why. That's for 64.
Still though.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So anyway. All right, that's it, guys. We will see you next time. I gotta go, but thank you for watching. Let us know your impressions, by the way, on season 1. I'm very curious what everyone thinks. I will be watching some streams and stuff. I won't be playing it, but I am curious, especially for this weekend, to see the grapple hook in action and to see wall jumping in action, and to get people's feedback online, like on Twitter and stuff. So we will definitely talk more about that. We may or may not be live on Saturday. I don't know. But yeah, we will talk to you guys later, and goodbye.
Goodbye.